India might be heading towards economic turmoil not because of its own policies, but due to an intensifying trade war between two global giants, the United States and China. You might wonder, how can a fight between two countries hurt us more than it hurts them? Let's break it down. The US has recently imposed sweeping tariffs up to 145% on over 5,700 categories of Chinese goods. In retaliation, China has slapped its own tariffs, some as high as 125% on US imports. This is no longer just a trade dispute. It's a full-blown economic Cold War. China exports over $500 billion worth of goods to the US every year, but imports far less. This trade surplus has long irked US policymakers. Much of China's success comes from its state-sponsored manufacturing system, cheap labor, and massive economies of scale. Now, the US wants to break this cycle. Donald Trump's administration has gone nuclear with tariffs to bring manufacturing back to American soil and reduce reliance on Chinese supply chains. So where does India come in? Even though India isn't directly targeted like China, it still faces 26% tariffs on exports to the US. But the bigger threat lies in what economists call second-order effects. With economic slowdowns in both the US and China, global demand is expected to drop. This means less demand for Indian IT services, pharmaceuticals, textiles, and electronics. According to the Economic Times, this could shave off up to 1% of India's GDP growth. Here's the kicker. As the US closes its doors, China could start dumping its excess goods into markets like India. This isn't speculation. It's already happened in the past. In the mid-2010s, Chinese steelmakers nearly crippled Indian competitors by flooding the market with ultra-cheap steel. The Indian government had to step in with anti-dumping duties. Now, history may be repeating itself. From steel to plastics to electronics, cheap Chinese goods could overwhelm Indian industries, destroying local jobs and hurting domestic manufacturers. The Indian government is not sitting idle. Trade talks with the US are underway, with a goal to double bilateral trade to $500 billion by 2030. Energy diversification is also on the agenda. GAIL India is seeking a 26% stake in a US LNG project to help balance the trade equation. Interestingly, this crisis may also offer India a chance to position itself as an alternative to China in global supply chains. With smart policy, infrastructure development, and ease of business reforms, India can turn this threat into an opportunity. To sum it up, the US-China trade war may seem distant, but its ripple effects are already washing up on Indian shores. From export shrinkage to a surge in cheap Chinese goods, the challenges are real, but so are the opportunities. If India plays its cards right, it can emerge stronger and more resilient in the new global economic order. What do you think? Is India ready for this global shift? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more in-depth breakdowns on global economics and how they impact India.